Alright everyone, welcome to another video in our Bryan Fundamentals series, where I try to get better at Bryan day by day and bring you along for the ride. Since tonight is Thursday, we are going to be doing another labbing session, and tonight we are going to be labbing Lars. So, one thing that I want to get out of the way real quickly though, is that we've done a few of these labbing sessions at this point, but all of them have sort of kind of resulted in a bit of an information overload, right? Like, it's kind of hard to it's like some of it's like, oh, well, this is fake, that's fake. But really what's like most important is that we not only know what's happening, but we also drill some reactions so that when things get tough, when the scramble happens, we're just kind of used to the situations that are being presented most often. And we have built in a little bit of muscle memory, or sort of muscle memory, mental muscle memory, whatever you want to call it, so that we can react to it. So what I'm trying to say is that the goal of tonight's session will be to have some drills that we can set up in the training room so that you and I both can practice them daily and use that to get used to what's going on with Lars. So that being said, let's go ahead and get started. How is it going, Levi, and how's it going, Big Germ? I'm going to do something a little bit different today as well. We are actually going to briefly go through punishment training as well. So I think this is pretty important to do, just so that we can kind of be aware of what's going on here. So let's go ahead and like note all of this down essentially, and then we will go from here. So yeah, at my level, all Lars players are awfully addicted to throwing lows. So throwing lows or throwing and lows, so I just spam orbital. I mean, that makes sense. Big Germ, we are labbing Lars today. So the goal of today's session, and pardon that formatting, I promise it will get better. The goal of today's session is to have a training regimen that we'll be able to follow. So we have Lars labbing punishment training moves. This is just to like make sure that we don't forget any like really obvious stuff that we should be dealing with, right? So because of that, I think this is going to be mainly not so much like, oh yeah, what's the secret of this move? Like, the secret is just you know, punish it. But the idea being that we'll keep these in mind for our drills that we set up. Typing and talking at the same time is harder than you think. Then we have forward back 2-1, while standing 1, full crouch 1+2, dynamic entry, we're going to call that DE for short, so I'm going to put that at the top here. Dynamic entry equals DE. And then silent entry equals SE. Perfect. So then we have silent entry. So we have, what did I have? DE4, SE2, SE3, limited entry, that's a new one, LE1, we're just going to put that there. And then rage, which we don't care about, so we'll take that one off. So let's go ahead and go straight through these and see what all of them are. Humpback, how's it going? You recently switched from pad to arcade stick and feels like you have to relearn the game. I mean, that's okay. I mean, it's definitely like relearning the game, but that's okay, right? Alright, so this one's -12. So -12. -12. No pushback. -13. I'm not going to put the punishment on here. I'm just going to put the frames because it's a little bit easier and also more straightforward for us. But we will do the punishment here. Reminder that this is actually a pretty strong situation to be in. That's while rising, right? -20. Okay. Low. I'm going to put, like, in parentheses here, like, low. And then -20. Oh, he stops if I'm on the ground? That's cool. Okay. And then we have This one's also minus 26. Stagger low. So I'll put that on low. Wait a minute, what were the... Wait. What was the startup frames of that? We'll just like get this to go away for a second. Next one. Alright, this one. No, it's unseeable. Unseeable low. Unseeable low. The other one was also like 24 frames. So both of these are unseeable lows. This one's minus 26 stagger. Yeah. Minus 26 stagger. Okay. Man, Levi, glutton for punishment. This one's minus 26. Can I, at all ranges, jet upper? Let's just see. Looks like it. Minus 26. Jet upper. This one is also unseeable low. Oh, but you can stop, right. You can stop after the first attack. But, I mean, this will stop him regardless, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'll just put Hell Sweep here. Minus 31, stagger low. Okay. Stick is probably the most fun to play, though, in my opinion. Alright, minus 18. Minus 18. Jet up. Oops. But yes. What is this? While rising. While standing 1. While standing 1 is minus 12. Is this a launcher? Yes, it is. Okay, so. Minus 12. I'm just going to put launcher. I love that he stops when I'm on the ground. Launcher. Minus 12. Full crouch 1+2. Let's see it. Oh, I actually haven't shown him the punish. Yeah. Yeah, Humpback, it's worth it. Plus, now you can stroll into an arcade like the old days. And actually, you know, you can actually go to the arcades and theoretically play. Minus 12 on this one, 2 hits. Minus double low. Double low. Minus 12. Can we do, no, I was trying to see. Alright, natural combo, it seems. Yeah, it's a natural combo, and I can't low parry it. Yeah, I can't low parry it. So, double low jail. Double jailing low. Minus 12. Hitboxes do seem pretty fun to use, to be honest. Alright. It's a slow one, this one. But it is a low. Low. Minus 12. And then we have silent entry. And we're going to have to see something about silent entry because it seems, right, that basically Lars, as far as these lows are concerned, right, like, they're all kind of the same, but if you're like ready, right, you can just kind of catch him. Or you can even just like throw that orbital. I think orbital is actually probably a pretty reasonable thing to do here. Well, if you're slow, you see that happens, but you can't get over him, which is pretty cool. And that one's important. Ooh, shoot. We're gonna have to get rid of these, I guess. Oops. Silent entry. What? That one, probably? Probably that one. Yeah. So silent entry 3 launcher. And it is minus 14. Just right for us. This is exactly what I mean. These types of moves are exactly what we're kind of like looking for. Okay. Another minus 12 low. So see what I mean? Like, this seems to be the theme with Lars is that he has all of his stances, right? All of his stances seem to kind of lead into each other, but it seems to be one of those it seems to be one of those things where it ladders upwards. And I will confirm this now while we're checking him out. So before I go any further, though, I would like to copy this. And then this way we can have 2 sets of notes. So, but yeah, this is our starter, right? We essentially have now a list of moves that we should be looking for. For the most part, there's a theme here, right? There's a theme here that pretty much all of the lows are minus 12 or their launch. It's either Hell Sweep or not, and then he just has a few moves that are like panic moves that I think are worth, that are basically coming from neutral. So like, for example, what was it? That forward back 2-1 to the launcher that he does. Let me throw it in here. This move here. Oh, not that one. Wait, forward back. That one, right? Like this move. Lots of Lars is like to just like do that from far away, and being able to just like, you know, he does this when we try to down 4 them. Having that on lock so that we can punish it is going to be really important. So, good stuff. But he's always spinning and flipping around. You think he's dumb? I mean, that's fair. Lars is a very beginner-friendly character in the sense that him and Harong and not really so much Steve, but a little bit, are all kind of like, and Eddie for sure, are like sort of your mash-friendly characters, where it's like even without the special style on, you can kind of make them do a lot of stuff, chain together a lot of pressure by mashing. Like if you mash on Bryan, you know, you don't really get any, you see what, like, this is me mashing on the character, like you don't get anything like super compelling, but Lars, it looks like a Lars, you know, to a degree, like if you mash. So it's like, they can be hard to predict as a result, and I think being able to like react to it ourselves rather than try and play that mental game with them will be very helpful for that reason, because we can hopefully option select things. With that being said, though, if you look through the move list now that we've kind of like taken a look at a little bit of the moves that we should be looking out for, right, to punish, we're kind of looking at how these moves are, what's the word, like divided up, right? So essentially you'll start off all the normal moves, obviously, and then you have crouching, obviously. Now you have dynamic entry. You have a list of dynamic entry moves. You have a list of silent entry moves, and you have a list of limited entry, which I believe limited entry is new to Tekken 8, because he didn't. I don't think he had that in Tekken 8. So because of that, I think this is where Lars's pressure really like kind of like comes into play, is like figuring out how that works. So first of all, how to get into dynamic entry? You do forward 3, okay, and shift to dynamic entry, and then during a dynamic entry, if you just hold forward, you'll shift into silent entry, and then so during a dynamic entry, you shift and you hold forward. Basically, I mean, you probably let go of the stick a little bit, and then you hold forward again. And then if you hold down, you'll go to limited entry. To get into limited entry, you go in silent. So it looks like at least from Lars's like, what's the word? See, like as far as like his raw stances, he doesn't just go straight into silent entry or limited entry. He has to like kind of wind up, right? So imagine how long it takes to do. See what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, that's the slowest low of all time. Like, you could do whatever you wanted during that time. Like, let's give this as an example, right? Lars is like feeling himself, and he's like, well, let's do it faster, to be fair, right? So let's like, just to give you an example. So we have this or something, right? And they're trying to get us, right? So now this Lars, right? We can literally. We could almost key charge. We can just like catch him with that. We can go this. You could, sorry, wrong move. What's the move? Yeah, that's this one. Look at that. We beat him out with this. Look at how slow that move is. See? So this is why I'm saying, like, if we can, so it seems like he's rather like, you know, doing that type of stuff really shows that they've like very much conditioned us to block, and I think, you know, Lars will be taking an enormous risk, is my first instinct here. So with that being said, I want to essentially switch over now to the different entries and how to get into them, okay? So, and then limited entry, we'll just put that at the end. So let's start with dynamic entry. Dynamic entry, D. All right, so let's go through the dynamic entry moves, and then we will also figure out how to get into dynamic entry is the other thing that we want to be figuring out. So obviously, so first you do forward 3. We'll get you into dynamic entry, I believe. So that was from, where was it? Here, right? Forward 3, yep. And then we need to figure out which of these moves will get us into dynamic entry as well. So, oh, see, Legionnaire Spins puts you in limited entry. Interesting. So there's a lot of these things that seem to get you into it based off what you did. So this one. Forward 1, 2, 3. So forward 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Can be canceled with back. Another one. Oh, that's just the raw dynamic entry. Shift to silent entry. Shift to dynamic entry. So down forward 3, 3. So down forward 3. So down forward 3, 3. Sorry, I'll put this like it says, and then down forward 3, 3. Then you have down back 1 plus 2 down. Interesting. Down back 1 plus 2 down. Forward back 3 forward is, oh, that's silent entry. And then any others? This one, forward 4, 1. Okay. This one seems like maybe the problem move, but we shall see. Oh, forward 2, isn't it? Yes, forward 2. And then we have, what else? Let's check crouching just in case, because it looks like some of these. While rising, oh, okay, so 2, 1. While rising 2, 1. This one actually seems pretty interesting. So we're going to say while standing 2, 1. 2 down. While standing 2, 1. While standing 2, 1. And while standing 2 forward. Silent entry. And then that's it. That was all of it. Well, I guess let's see. Do any of these put you back into dynamic entry? Because the other thing that I want to see, right, is obviously dynamic entry seems to be like a little bit of Lars's like bread and butter, right? But I want to see if there's anything that really like sends you back into doing it. And apparently, you could do silent entry back. I'm going to throw that at the very top here. Forward 3, and then you also have silent entry back, which is weird. So are you saying he can dance forever? Right. It means you can dance forever, right? Is that true? And that was it. So, like, and so now if you look at, let's look at all of these moves now. Hey, thank you, Mellow Man. The goal is to come up with, to condense this down into a practice regimen so that it's hopefully a little bit less overwhelming than what we usually do. I wanted to see this. So, what the heck? Look at that. You can just do it back and forth. That's kind of funny. All right. That's pretty funny. So anyway, so now you have forward 1, 2, 3. And that's, yeah. So, and if you hold back, he won't do it. But he does go into it. Holy crap. Is this a... I think this is just a combo pickup. Yeah, this seems like one of those, like... Yeah, something like that. So that looks like just, so on hit it doesn't matter, but on block it is +5 for us. So I'm just going to say combo on hit. So combo on hit. -5 on block. Interesting. Okay. Whoops. But this is exactly what I mean. Where it's like a lot of Lars's moves seems to be like dealing with, you know, the frames. And for the sake of completeness here, I want to see what it is if he doesn't go into silent entry to dynamic entry. -12. So we're not actually in trouble. -12 on block cancel. So weirdly enough, like, yeah, he's kind of incentivized to just go into it. Huh. Alright. Down forward 3 down. What is that? So again, we're going to do, like, if it's possible to cancel out, we'll look into those two. Say. Interesting. Oops. Not. Of course, as soon as I record. What the hell? Down forward 3 down. What did I do? I don't know what I did. We'll try it again. This is cursed. Alright, let me try one more time. So that's... And then I wasn't recording. I am really sorry, chat. There we go. Let's keep that one while we have it. And then he also has down forward 3-3. We'll do that one. Oh, weird. Okay. I think this is a pretty common one. So see that? So it's -4 for them on block, but +8 on hit. And it is I-16, so it's like, it's not bad, right? So, okay, so I-16, what do we say? +8 on hit. On hit, -4 on block. Yeah, -4 on block. And then the extension is launch punishable, yeah? But we cannot... Ooh. Interesting. You see this? That's kind of... Do we have anything... Can we, Do we have anything we can do here? Besides Jet Upper. Let's see. No? What can we do here? I think we'll just say, like, let's see, like, -15, full string, mock punch, push back, I don't know, just put mock punch, I think that's good enough. We'll do a FS for full string. I think that finish string, whatever you want to call it at that point. And now we have down back 1 + 2 down. Okay. That. Oh. And obviously, if you don't do it, you have that. Oh shoot! So that means we should have gone back. We need to go back and first do that one by itself and just see what the frames are on that. It's +7. It's like not really. It's like worse than if they go into it. So I'm not gonna consider that necessarily. So now we have this, and then we also have this one. Not that one. Not that one. Down back 1 + 2? Yeah. Cool. So the first one, -13. Okay. +8. Wait a minute. Yeah, you can't punish it. What the heck? That's so weird. You see how I think the game is just like getting kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, so that's fine. So we're gonna go basically like backswing blow, backswing, and then minus 13 on block. Oh, I forgot to do on hit. Sorry, no. Minus 8 on block. Minus 13 cancel. And really, the cancel is not really there because some Lars is necessarily going to do it. It's just to see, right? And then plus 7 on hit. Okay. Nice. Now we have 4-4-2-1. Sorry, 4-4-4-2. Oh. Is this his Hell Suite? It is. What happens if he hits C? And he's plus 9 on hit. So, okay. Low. What happens if you were... Oh, look at that. Let me see if I can get him further away. Oh, no, don't do that. Come on. You have to duck it. Because if you do it, like, from here... Well, I guess that one it didn't hit, but, like, see this? Oh, come on. He keeps following me. My backdash isn't that good. Oh, this is hard to set up. But I think it was safe. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I think it was safe. Okay, stop it again. Try here. Gosh, the range is actually good on this move. But the range on the second hit is not. So the situation where that happens is probably rare, but it's a low-high. 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 Plus 9 on hit, right? Plus 9 on hit. Stagger on block. So that's good to know. While standing 2 down, but he also has 2-1. Okay. Huh? Oh, you have to wait. Oh! But he goes back. See that? Okay. Interesting. So it actually pulls back. And now what are the frames on this? Whoops. No. That one by itself is that. And then if we do without any of the cancels, it's that. And if we do the full thing, I think that's his 13 frame, but we shall see. Let's see. So this is a 13 frame? Yeah. And it is plus 12 if he does the whole thing. Interesting, but he goes all the way. So it's not like it really matters, right? It's almost like he uses it to get away. So it's like more of a... Like, yeah. If he hits us, it's fine. So plus 1 on hit. So, sorry, minus 1 on hit. Minus 1 on hit. Minus 12 on block. No punish. And then full string is minus 12 crouch. Minus 12 crouch. Okay. I'll just put a force crouch. There's a lot of words on that one. That's okay. And that's all of them. That's all of the moves that he has that brings them into dynamic entry. So now we have that, right? Now we have that. So now we duplicate this again. And then make a new one. And now, this one, we will use for his actual moves. So now that we have this, we're going to just do the actual moves, which are, again, we'll go through the move list. And you notice this is like kind of extensive, right? But at the end of the day, we're looking for patterns, right? We are looking for patterns. So you have 1, 2. Do you think I could actually fit all this into the first one? Maybe. Maybe we could. Yeah, we got a lot of room. So I'm just going to put a little line break and just do that. So DE 1, 2, DE 2, DE 3, DE 4. This is easy. What do these each say? We'll get to them in a second. Actually, what does this one say? 1, 2. So I'll put that in there, basically. DE1 forward silent entry. During dynamic entry. Oh. Up forward avalanche flip. Shift to silent entry. So this one just goes into silent entry. Transitions like silent entry. Except heat dash. Except, oh, okay, heat dash, sure. During dynamic entry, down. So dynamic entry for down. LE. And then 1 + 2. You'll notice there's a lot going on here, right? Like, but I think this is why we are trying to get it kind of condensed down into something that we can drill. So, and that's it. That's all the dynamic entry moves. There's not that many, see? Like, the way he gets into these stances is something, but once he's in those stances, it's not like that extensive. So let's go ahead and record some of these. Okay, so we have that one. Sorry, 1, 2 actually. So we'll do that. So we'll do 1, and then we'll do 1, 2. Okay, and then we'll do, what was it? 1 forward. All right, cool. We got 3. That's fine. The chances of him doing that seem low, but it's just -1, so it's not really much of. But you notice that it does jail. Okay. And what is the? And it's heat engager on block. So okay. So high. So this is high. Heat engager on hit. -7 was it? -6 on block. And then first hit +1 on block, I think. I think they said +1 on block. Let's see. Yeah, +1 on block. +8 on hit. First hit is jab. That's what I'm gonna say. That's just jab. Okay. I want to know if I can interrupt this thing also. Like, I want to know if I can get under this. Ooh, you can. So you could theoretically, like, awesome select duck while standing through. Could be something to think about. And then, now we have dynamic entry. Oh yeah, and then the frames on this. The transition is +3 and +4. Sorry, -3 and +4. But we'll cover that in silent entry, I guess. Now I have dynamic entry 2. Dynamic entry 2 is probably a little easier to lab because it's just 1. And I think this is his pickup off the ground as well. Okay. Sidewalking to the left and the right seems pretty good. It seems he doesn't really realign once we're there. I don't know. So maybe, and then if he does it into the avalanche flip. Oh. What was it? What the hell? Sure. We'll just know that it can happen. So, -7 on block. 1 on hit. +7 on hit. Sidewalkable. Alright. And then we have 3. Ah, this is the God move. This is the God move. So... Okay. Wait, we got the wrong, Okay. Okay. And he just goes into silent entry every time. So, this is what I really want to know about. And he's plus. He's +5. It obviously tracks. We can float it. That's it. So if you're ready for this, you can do that. But also, what's the speed of this? It's I-22. So that's something to keep in mind. I-22, tracking mid. Tracking mid. Heat engager on hit. +5 on block. That's crazy. But can be floated. So that's actually pretty interesting. So I think the very first thing that we want to figure out is like, how do we just stop this move from destroying us to begin with, right? Because once we're in that situation, we're already in trouble. But it is something that we will keep in mind. Now you have dynamic entry 4. Dynamic entry 4 down. Oh yeah, we didn't get a lot of the frames on the other ones. We'll come back for there. Sorry for being a little bit slow on these. So basically we have dynamic entry 4, which is low. So that is that one. No, whoops. And then we also have dynamic entry 4 down. Okay, let's try both of these. -12, we talked about this before. -12 on block, and otherwise, look. So this is a low. +1 on hit. -12 on block. What if he tries to transition it? Can he transition it? He can. Doesn't matter. Regardless of stance. Okay. Pretty slow. And then what's the speed of this? I-23. So you notice, look how slow these are so far. Let's go back to the dynamic entry 2 and 1 though. I want to see though. I-11. Oh yeah, I don't even need to record necessarily, but that's I-11 and 17. Okay, look at that. I-17 mid, I-11 high. We already have the high in there. So, all right. So now let's sit back and look at this huge amount of notes we've taken, and now we start talking about the math behind this stuff, right? So the first thing that I would say is that if we look at the on block for this stuff, all of the on blocks, with the exception of no, literally, yeah, all of these on block are like +8, +15, we are +8, +4, +5, and plus 12, though that one we can't really do anything. So I think we will talk about the while standing 2 one, like, maybe, oh, actually, what I want to do for that one, for the while standing 2 one, real quickly, we want to do dynamic entry 3, right? Interesting. Yeah, I want to get this situation specifically, right? So, oops, let's do it again. That one. So you see, that is a weird situation. So I think let's go ahead and now we make a copy. Now we're going to make a copy. And we're going to do dynamic entry lab routines. Okay. Lab routines. So you have while standing 2 down, dynamic entry 3. Right? What happens here? So let's see. See, he gets back to us. Okay. If we just hold back. Interesting. Yeah, see, if we do too fast, then we'll get caught. Okay. Let's see. And what else can they do? Like, could they do anything else that's good? Like, what was dynamic entry 4? Dynamic entry 4 was so you could do like, okay. And oh, what about that one? Okay, let's try some of these. So, let's try this one. No, let's try again. That's 1. And then we have this one for the 3. Like that. And then we also have a 2, right? So these are all kind of crazy, but like if we just go like with this one, right? Okay, see that one. Okay. Okay. That's one. Such a scenario. What about this one? Whoa! What can we just do here? We can't do that. We have to react to it. I like this already. So we're kind of getting used to this situation, right? Alright, so I actually think that this whole, this set here is actually very good. So, let's talk through these. So we have number 1. Number 1 is that into dynamic entry 1, 2. Can he dynamic entry, what is it? And he can actually go into that as well. But I think, so I guess we could put that in there as well. I kind of need to do that for completeness here. Oops, no. So, let's see. Maybe like that. So I had to like kind of put my brain in gear here. I think that just works. So yeah, we will do this. So we have dynamic entry 1, 2. 2 is the same deal. I'm just gonna copy and paste this though. Oops. Like this. And this is where the real like, oops. This is where the real like usefulness comes, because this is a situation that I'm sure many of you are actually quite familiar with, right? Like this situation here, we're quite familiar with. So we'll do this silent entry something, and then we will have like just the fastest silent entry move that he has, and then we're gonna have dynamic entry 2, dynamic entry 3, dynamic entry 4. So, and I'm going to say Mach Punch. This one is going to be Mach Punch. This one's going to be Jet Upper. Jet Upper. Duck while standing 1. Duck while standing 1. So, I think, and then you could throw in like an optional one, like optional, do an optional of this into just 1. Do duck, do nothing. Or duck, do nothing. Yeah, basically duck, do nothing. So you see, this is exactly, and I'll put like a little asterisk here. The goal here, goal is don't press and wait out all press options, right? Basically, the idea is that he goes so far away here, that this is a very good like option for us to essentially, it's a very good option for us to defend against in a way that doesn't actually expose us to a mix-up. It's basically just a knowledge check. So I really like that one. That's like the first one that I like. So this is essentially a very common Lars situation that we are going to deal with. So that's the first one. All right, now let's go back again to our engagers again and see what else is here that we, oh no, these are the punishable moves. It was this one? Yeah. If we look at other situations, right? So other than the while standing 2, everything else is at least -4. So if we're at least -4, the fastest move that Lars has comes at 11, right? So, and that is actually down forward 3. If you'll notice, down forward 3 here is the the best like frame situation for him on block, which I think is where a lot of Lars's want to be. I think 1, 2, 3 is also something to think about because of the combo potential. But other than that, I think, yeah, down forward 3 seems like a good starting point. So let's look at that for a second. Like, so if we take down forward 3 now, so we're gonna take out all of these recordings now. If we do down forward 3, what's it? Down forward 3 down, like that, like that situation. Ooh, I didn't record it, huh? Does he have anyone? Does it? Yeah, let's try. So let's do that one, and then we'll do the 2 because all of these he's kind of standing, right? So the main one we want to double check is make sure that he's not like going into silent entry, right? So let's try that. So first of all, we'll do the 1. So, all right. I can't. This character is not easy to play. Like, as far as the inputs, they're super awkward. Like, I don't know if I must be doing down 4 instead of down forward. Down 3 instead of down forward 3. So let's try again. Oh my gosh. We're gonna get so good at Lars inputs after this. Alright. Feel free to fast forward here. So we have that one. We'll just have to take it. So you could just react to that. Wait, this is 16 frames? Did I not do it fast enough earlier? Because this is, I thought this is 11, so that shouldn't work. Yeah, we'll try it again. That doesn't seem like we did it right. Maybe that's better. It still worked. What's going on? I thought I mashed it out there. Let me keep that one and try and do a better one. But, like, that one shouldn't on paper be working. Yeah, this shouldn't be working. Is this changed? What? Oh, 3. That is not the right move. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this move because it doesn't feel like it's actually plus. Like, if we're really fast, it doesn't seem fast enough. Is this worth practicing, y'all? Someone correct me. If someone in the comments tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm like mashing the crap out of that move, so I don't really know if there's any. Yeah. Unless I can't do math here. So let's just consider that and just say, Donnie boy, you want to see my quarter circle back 1 combo? Sure, I'll do it real quick. That's fine. What I do for quarter circle back 1 is this. Well, that's what I would do if I landed it. It's a deep dash. So you have that one for wall carry. You can also do the other option. Or you can also do, what is it, this as... Wait. What am I trying to do? This one. So we can basically, you have one option of doing that if you just want to, like, if you have a good wall travel already, you can do this to get to the wall and get her snake eyes. And then finally, this is a pretty good option if you've got heat for wall carry. You can essentially do, this into the deepest dash you can, and then a micro dash forward to catch that part. And just don't do your, what is it, cross bazooka immediately. So that's the combo. But anyway, so that's there. Now let's get back to this. So essentially, I really feel like this is maybe punishable. I don't know if that's real or not, though. That's my problem. So, regardless, we'll say it is, right? And then on top of that, you also have, like this. So let's, right? What is that? Does that have anything weird? What if I do, no, that works too. So that seems to work. What do they have that stops us? Like, what on earth do they have that stops us? Silent entry? Like that? That, maybe? Oh my gosh. What a weird character. So this one... So you get this. Oh, but the pickup's weird. You have to do that. But that's not that bad either. That's not bad either. Okay. So that's good. And then you finally have the silent entry that I cared about, which was essentially a... something like that, right? So let's try that. Oh my gosh, no. We have, this is weird. Like that. Okay. Okay. And that's fine too. But if you're on top of your... if you're on top of it, then they're locked down. So I think a pretty good, like, additional thing that we could be doing here is based off that. So let's talk about that real quick. So I really think that you can basically do this with all of them, and you should. So I think what I would do is, like, adding basically, let's see, like, all of this stuff here, we would add to the list of punishment moves. So let's, not that one, though. Like these, basically. Yeah, basically those we would take to this list here, okay? And just add, like, basically, forward 3 interrupt on block. And it would basically be like this into silent entry, dynamic entry, that into dynamic entry 1, this into dynamic entry 1, this into dynamic entry 1. Basically adding these to that situation, right? It's like you would add these to any of the situations where you're trying to, like, react correctly. I think these are all worth, because I think that it's honestly, like, a pretty reasonable option. Now, for completion's sake, right? Look at that. Wow. The turnaround is wild. But, wow. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Whoa. You have to do a sidestep. But it's like, your sidestep has to be really on point, and I don't know if it's worth it for the other stuff. Look at that. Whoa. Can you go that way? It seems easier to go that way. It's easier to go right. Yeah, it's easier to go right. So now you have that one. This one is, wait, why are these the same? Oh, right, because we couldn't figure it out. And then this one. Whoa. This one doesn't seem to track very well. Oh. Can you do that as an option select? Maybe? Earlier? Huh. So that one seems consistent, right? What about this one again? This doesn't seem like the perfect, like... But it could be doable, right? It could be doable. And then what about... But the problem is that, right? So, like, being able to sidestep block it could be good too. But I think in general, like, training that forward 3 could be really good, right? I think. And then what was this one? Yeah. Yeah, I think honestly doing forward 3 after those would be a pretty good exercise. So let's start with that and just simplify it. Keep it very simple. It's like when you see these moves, add these moves into dynamic entry to your forward 3 interrupt flowcharts, or like not flowcharts, but just like to your radar essentially. So I like that. So now we have essentially some pretty good stuff. We have this whole while standing 2 into dynamic entry drill. And then we also have 3 more moves to add to the list of like punishment training essentially that we want to be practicing. I actually think that if we were to be like perfectly honest here, some of these lows can just be taken out. Like we don't actually need them in our punishment training. Just know that all of those lows, if it's not a stagger, then we can just while standing 3 it. But I think this is still, worth thinking about. And then now we can move on to silent entry. So let's get that going now. So now if we, give me a second to duplicate this. We will move on to silent entry. So silent entry, again, we have 2 things that we want to be doing here. The first one is what can we go into, and then what's actually in silent entry. So let's start with the moves that take us into silent entry. So the first one that we already have is dynamic entry forward. Is the first one. Hey, RT Scombs, how's it going? We are trying to beat Lars, and we are going through his various moves and like essentially his stances, right? And figuring out what is maybe an option that we can have when we block into those situations, and then how we can turn that into drills so that we can practice defending against it. These are heat moves. Dynamic entry 1, 2. Oh yeah. So anyway, what takes us into silent entry? Shift to silent entry with forward 1, 2, back to standing. So okay, so immediately we have forward 1, 2, cancel, back. Then we have that one we already checked. This one, silent entry, forward 2, 1. Oh, so you notice that forward 1, 2 is part of the forward 1, 2, 3 situation. So that's actually good to know. This one, cancel back. Then we have forward 2, down forward 2 rather. Down for 2, cancel back. So it looks like silent entry is always just cancel by holding back, which is pretty cool. Down back 2, down back 2, forward, and then it's down back 2, 1 for the full string. Or 2, 3, down back 2, 1, down back 2, 3. And then we have this one, back 4, back 3, 4, back 3, 4, back 3 forward, but it's back 3, 4 for the full string. Is that it? And then 4, 4, 2. 4, 4, 2 forward. Forward. And then we did this one earlier, right? 4, 4, 4, 2. Oh, and I guess I didn't realize that there's a 4, 3. We'll cover that in a second. We'll cover that later, I guess. And then while rising. So this while rising 1, while standing 1, 4 on hit, basically. And then while standing 2 back, while standing 2 back. And then we have any more? We have during dynamic entry. So we have dynamic entry 1 forward. Dynamic entry, and then we have dynamic entry 3. That one we want to lab the heck out of. And then dynamic entry 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 forward. Okay. And then these are all silent entry. Do any of these go to silent entry? No. And then I wanted to double check as well what wait. Oh my gosh, this one's 12. We probably should have done that earlier. All right, let's record that real quick. I think this is fine, but it's still worth keeping in mind. So let's see if this changes anything. First of all, it's a high. But okay, so it looks like because it's 12 frames, so that still seems okay. But that is something to keep in mind that we actually forgot to put that move, I think, in this situation here. Let's see. Yeah, we literally forgot 1 plus 2 and 3 plus 4. So let's real quick before we get too much more distracted. I-12 high launcher. And then 3 plus 4 is just this stomp. Like a bigger stomp. Even that, he's a minus though. So okay, that's all it is. So I-22 low. And it's actually minus 13, minus 3 on hit. So, okay. No, it's okay, LD Wells. I will keep recapping things, so it's okay. It's okay. That being said, we are now back to... So, actually, if you do... You can do that. And then it's plus 4 on hit. Okay. Got it. Alright, cool. So, let's take a look at each of these now and go from there. So, for starters... We've got 4, 2, 1, cancel. 4, 2, 1. Okay. It's a 13 frame high mid. So it's a I-13 high mid. What is it on? We'll find out what it is on block. And we will cancel it. And if we do that, okay. So, plus 5 if we do that. Oh, look at that. Immediately something about silent entry that's different about dynamic entry. Crushes forward 3. Immediately something that we've noticed, right? And this is where it's going to get scary. So it's minus 8 on block. Plus 8, plus 3 on hit. So it's, let's see. So, cancel, minus 8 on block, plus 3 on hit. But it's otherwise, what was it? It was a minus 5 on hit, on block, and plus 6 on hit. So, minus 5 on block. Oh, what have we been doing? Yeah, minus 5 on block. Plus 6 on hit. Cool. Alright. Nice. Oh, whoops. I meant to do those here. Put them in the wrong space. It goes here. Alright. Got that. And now we have 4, 2, so 4, 2, 1, cancel, right? So... And this one, I think, was part of... Oh, this one. This one also has the extension to 3 instead. So that's actually kind of scary, but it's something to keep in mind, right? So it's like, has extensions, 3 extension. So, and then we also have 4, 2, 1, which just kind of goes into this. So let's try that. And then we'll also do the cancel. Okay, what are these? plus 5 again. And on hit, plus 6. So pretty consistent so far. And what was the... What is this? 12 frame, high. I-12, high. Again, minus 5 on block. Plus 6 on hit. What is the cancel? Minus 6 and plus 5. So, cancel minus 6 on block. Plus 5 on hit. Which is fine. Just worth knowing if it matters is essentially where our head is with that. Down 4-2. Wait, that looks a bit like but it's not. Okay, what is this? This is a I-14 frame mid. So it's an I-14 frame mid. So you have this version, and then we also have the cancel version. Oops, that's not the cancel. Oh my gosh. These down forward inputs, I could not place Lars. That's a lot of down forward inputs. And I'm really bad at down forward inputs. So plus 9 going into it, but minus 3. So it's a minus 3 on block, plus 9 on hit. And it's an I-14 14 mid, which is pretty scary. And then you have the cancel version. Actually, minus 11 on block and plus 1 on hit. Minus 11 on block and then plus 1 on hit. Now you finally have down, back, 2 forward as we move through this. And honestly, this looks like a lot, but I think we're going to actually get through this by the end. Because we're halfway through the video, right? And we're halfway through this list that we care about, so... What is this move? It's like a 15 frame mid. Okay. And he also has down, back, 2-1. So I-15 mid. So we have this. So we have that one. We also have this, which is pretty good. And then we finally have nope. Oh, that's slow. I bet you that's fuzzyable. So we'll look into this. So again, plus 5, plus 6. So this is just very very consistent so far. So minus 5 on block, plus 6 on hit. But then the extension, mid, plus, what is it, minus 8 on block, plus 6 on hit. Yeah, plus 6 on hit. And then you have slower, I don't know, like 2-3 is you can't actually you can't, but it's minus 13. That's interesting. Is this a, yeah, maybe just his like a 15 frame punish or something? I don't know. Can he launch? Does he doesn't have a down 4-2 apparently. So it's minus 13 on block and plus 8 on hit. Plus 8 on hit. All right, nothing really special there yet. And then we have back 3 forward. We got that one. That one seems pretty good. And then you have this one, which is that is a very Lars move right there. Again, minus 5 on hit, on block, and plus 6. Oh, plus 11. That's a good move. Okay. Okay, so this one's, how fast is it? 17? I-17 mid. So, again, minus 5 on block, and plus 11 on hit. But then the extension, we're still plus 8. Yeah, so extension, mid, high, +8 on block. Or sorry, -8 on block. Plus knockdown on hit. Okay. And then we have forward 2. LD Wells, yes. We're going to try and test stepping. When we did dynamic entry, we didn't really see any compelling reason to step, because dynamic entry feels like we could just, like, go straight into a forward 3, like, almost always, basically. But in this case, yes, I think we're probably going to be looking into stepping, because it looks... This one doesn't look good on paper. What the heck? Move. Okay. Okay, sure. And then without it. Alright, cool. Let's see what these are. This looks like a panic move. Wait, it's only on hit. No, wait. Yeah. So just -13 every time. And then if he hits you, he does it. Okay. I-21 mid. I-21 mid. -13 on block. Easy. No stance. So we're going to kind of ignore that one. No transition on block. Cool. And it's a launcher, so we kind of don't need to care. Launch on hit. While standing 1 on hit, I think, is the same way. Wait, what? You have to hold forward, I guess. While standing 1 forward on hit. Okay, let's confirm that. Yeah. -12 on hit. -12 on block. I-15. Veeters, thank you so much for the resub for 29 months. Crazy stuff. Launch on hit. So much text, but we are gonna use this to essentially condense it down into something that we can use. So, do not fret. While standing 2 back, this is the one that was in the other situation. So, wait, what? Did I do something wrong? I must have done that wrong. Let's see the move list. While standing 1. While standing, 2. While rising 2 forward. Okay, I read it wrong. While standing 2 forward. Like that. Let's do it again. Okay, so now, what is this? +5, +6. Seeing the theme yet, y'all? This seems to be most of them, with a few egregious exceptions. So, again, this is a I-13 mid, right? Yeah, and it is -5 on block, +6 on hit, just like the rest of them, pretty much. Then we have dynamic entry 1 forward, like that. And that is... Any guesses, y'all? Ooh, this one's good. So it's, it is I-11, but we won't super take that into account. Gusak, how's it going? I-11 high. What did we say this one was? This one's actually a -3 on block. And then +4 on a hit. Okay. And then we have dynamic entry 3. And this is the boogeyman. This is the one that we're scared of. Alright, so we are -5. So they're +5 on hit. And it's just straight up just like heat engager or +5. So it's +5. Yeah, so it's +5. What is this? It's like an I-22 mid. I-22 mid? Yeah, I-22 mid. +5 on block. Tracking mid. But we will lab that one specifically. +5 on block, minus, and then like heat engage, or just +5 again on hit. And then we finally have dynamic entry 3+4 forward. What on earth is this move? No. That one. Okay, and it is. If we block it, it's -7. So we'll first start by saying it's like an I-22 low, right? Yeah, it's an I-22 low. Low. -7 on block, right? Yeah. And +4 on hit. Okay, not bad. Nice. So now we did all of those. Holy crap, am I right? And now we got to do all the silent entry moves. And this is where we get to calculate out what are some option selects that we have. And see, this is tedious, right? But like, this is where while I'm writing this stuff down, I'm going to gush a little bit about why you should find joy in doing this type of stuff. Because this is where, think of it like solving a problem, right? You are essentially trying to see, like, what is the secret here that makes this not actually that broken, right? It may not be anything, you know, too fancy. It might just be, oh, because you can just, it's fake pressure. You can just mash or something. Or it could be something like, oh, if you sidestep left, it always works. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I really like that. Cool. All right. So now we don't have mini moves to look into now. So we have silent entry 1. So like that. Classic. It does feel like Lars does feel like Lars in this game in the sense that he really does want to get into silent entry. Okay. And then silent entry 3. See, these are the heavy hitters of the Lars kit right now that we're looking at here. Okay. And then we have 1+2 and 3+4. And also these are really easy to remember. Okay. And then we finally have 3+4. Nice. Cool. So, first one, silent entry 1. I-12 mid. This is an I-12 mid. I-12 mid. That is +6, -6 on block. And what happens on hit? Heat engager on hit. Heat engager on hit. Probably heat dash as well. Now we have silent entry 2. I-17 low. I-17 low. It is +6 on hit. So we got that already. Which is crazy. That's scary. That's scary right there. And then we also have on block only -12. So you really need to like you really kind of need to find yourself those orbitals, right? Like that's the first thing that I'm kind of noticing. All right. And then we have silent entry 3. This one's -14. It's a 14 frame mid launcher. I-14 mid, -14 on block, launch on hit. This is where they really try to like convince you, to like stop ducking so that they can launch you. This one's a power crush. All right, let's unpack this for a second. This one is, this one's a I-17, right? Wow. I-17 tracking, power crush, track high. What the heck? And the frames are -9 knockback, -9 knockback on block, and then like knockdown on hit. wild. And then finally we have the last two of 1+2. I-14, what does this do? So it's -9 on block. I-14 mid. -9 on block. Wow, that's crazy. And then knockdown on hit. Okay. And the last one is, last but not least, I-13 mid-mid. I-13 mid-mid. I-13 mid-mid. 0 on block, force crouch. And... oh. Knockdown. Oh, you can hold back. Let's see. Okay, and then knockdown on hit, quick hold back, 2 quick stand, minus, and then plus like 17, right? Is that what I saw? 22, just kidding. The news is worse than that. Okay. Cool. Now we have, again, a wall of text and a like problem to solve. So if we look at a few of these, the very first one that I want to talk about is dynamic entry 3, right? Dynamic entry 3 is +5, so that means that even their slowest stuff, for example, silent entry 1, which is a heat engager, will find ourselves in this like really strong mix. So what I really want to do first, right, is record him doing that. See? Like that, but I might need to set the opponent to, can I set the player to block? Neutral block for the controlled character? What? What does that do for me? Will that do what I want? No. Did not. Give me a second. I'm trying to get the player to block here. It would be nice if we could, but I don't feel like this is giving me the option, unfortunately. But that's okay. So I think as long as we give it enough space, we can probably make it work. Or maybe just being in heat would help. But anyway, that's one. Do another one. Like that. Oh, I didn't record. Dang it. This is painful. Okay. Okay. And then I'm trying to do the delay for the initial hit is fine. It's just that we need to make sure that the silent entry basically comes out as fast as we can for the most part, at least for starters. So that's that one. Now we have this. And maybe the rule of thumb here is just don't block this move. Don't get hit by this move. But, you know, we're going to be blocking it at some point, right? Oops. Oops. Nope. It was forward 3-3, forward 4. There we go. And then we have this one. Oh, I did the wrong one. And we need 1+2 now. Okay. And then we have this last one, which that one doesn't seem to come out a whole lot. And then finally we have... cool. And that one comes out a lot. So, let's start looking into what happens in these situations and what can we do. Literally punching gets us to that situation. And it's because he's +5. But we can do that. So is this that? I can't seem to sidestep? Wow. So the only option for this one, and let's talk through a few of these. So I actually want to, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make a, what's the word here? Like a duplicate And we are going to, from here, kind of try and just talk through what are the different things you can do for each of these things, right? So we're going to, now on this version, I have a copy over to the side. But on this version, we're going to do DE3 follow-ups. And if it's this one, we have to do punch, parry only, it seems. That seems to be the only thing that beats that. And not to mention, we are +5, -5, or plus Lars +5 on block. Really just +5 in general. So there's that. If he does 2, though, let's break it down into a mix-up. It might just be a full mix, right? But, like, even so, let's do the math here. It comes in at I-17, which means that it's basically I-12. So we don't have a whole lot that we can, like, beat this with. See, that can speed it. I can't even jab it. I can do this. But that's not great, right? And then, oh yeah, so let's talk about that. So this can be basically, it can be like duck jab, duck jab, or orbital. Do we have any other like movement options here? Oh, you can sidestep it. You see that? That's sick. I wonder if that... Weird. So... Orbital. And what about the other direction? So it has to be to the left. Yeah. Whoa, see that though? He's naturally ducking. So we gotta do that one. Actually worth practicing. So, sidestep left buffer. Back turn. Back 3. Forward. 1 combo. That is crazy. Side switch. Let's do it from player 2 side as well, just to make sure it's not like a fluke or something, or like what happens if we do it correctly on player 2 side. And only on... It only side switches on player 2? What? Let's try this. Just to make sure. Side switch P1 only. What the hell? This is weird. That's kind of esoteric. Okay. Okay. That's a good option. Because we are playing the mix-up, but we want to blow it up as much as we can, right? So that one. Obviously, first option is just block and launch, right? So, this one. Just I-14 punish. Block and jet upper is the first option. Ooh, sidestep left works here too. What the hell? Wow. Wait, what? Is that a whole thing? You have to be a little bit precise. It seems like a punish, right? Yeah, it does. So, again, buffer, sidestep left buffer, buffer 3-3-2 with delay. That seems good. So that's interesting, right? So what about this one? Obviously, that one didn't seem to work. Yeah, so obviously the side steps aren't working, but I wonder if you can, what the hell? So potentially we can do a sidestep left duck here, but it's just like, it is, -9 with knockback, so it's like if we just block, let's see. Oh, right. Block into down 4 is first option. I was thinking sidestep left duck, duck launch, slash duck launch. We cannot even throw him. Yeah, you don't even have the time to throw. I wonder why. That's weird. Like, you can do it there, obviously, but that's weird. That's wild. Okay. We will revisit that in a second. Because I want to see if you can combine that with the other stuff. Okay? Okay. Can't go that way. It's 14 frames. Is this a punch? It is. Okay. So we could do punch parry. What else could we do? Oh, we can power crush it. What about the other one? Are we finally having uses for our power crush? Alright, let's try this. Okay, what about the other one? Oh, I did it wrong, dang it. Let's get our heat again. Maybe let's just put our player into heat for a second. Wait, why am I not activating heat from this? Is this a glitch? Oh, no, we have to do it here. So we could actually power crush or... So actually, okay. So we can actually do, like, what is it? Dang it. Power Crush slash Snake Eyes Mach Punch. Both of these have that option, actually. So I'm going to put that here at the beginning. And can we do that for all of it? That would be kind of crazy, wouldn't it? That'd be a little bit wild. I'm going to take off the duck launch. I think that's, like, obvious. Fisherman's Slam is a punish. You trust Snake Eyes Mach Punch for everything. Yeah, that's fair. Good to see you, Link. Even lows. Heck yeah. So, okay. Those are... Going back to this one, though. That's an interesting situation to be. Not to mention we have this. Okay. Okay. So essentially, we can't sidestep though. That's fine. I'm going to take off the heat now. So that one. Can't go to the left. Can't go to the right. Can we sidewalk? Can we sidewalk to the right? What about this? Can't even interrupt it. What might they do here? Like a jab? Maybe? And then let's try these power crushes. Oh, what? Freaking... Oh my gosh. What? What the heck? Oh, that was crazy. Alright. That sucks. We can do that. But we cannot actually power crush. Let's do this so that we have it again one more time. Okay. So you could do okay, that one's pretty brutal. So essentially, if we talk about our options here, right? Block, down back 3 situation, snake eyes mock punch, not power crush. That's it. That's like it. Like I think, but or you can do not PC, heat burst. Meh. Like, that seems to be... What else can I even do here? I can't even jab out of it. Because it's 13 frames. Is that a kick? Nope, can't do that. How about... Oh! Nope, it does not. Yeah, we can't... It's a mid-mid. It really is brutal. That's a pretty good move. Okay. So... It seems... But I would say that blocking that seems kind of... for the lack of a better word, like, okay? I guess? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it feels... Gosh, what's the word that I want to use here? Like, it feels okay if we can block it, but it's like, dang, what a shitty situation to find ourselves in. Like, that is such a shitty situation to find ourselves in. So, with that being said, like, yeah, that'd be crazy. Okay, so what I would do here is, like, oh yeah, and we wanted to see if we can basically buffer against this. So if I do that one, right, and then this one. It doesn't seem to do what I want. Okay, but in general, that situation's scary, but I feel like there are a few things that we can do here. So it's like, basically, it's sidestep left, like the mid-low mix-up. You can sidestep left the mid-low mix-up, punch parry, 2 options. So this is 2 options. This is 2 options. And then Power Crush, 2 options. Which, what were those options again? Oh, can we Power Crush this one? That's the other one I wanted to check. No, you see that? Wait, what? Let's do the math here. We come out on frame 7, right? But if we're minus 12, then... Or if we're minus 5, we come out on frame 12. And that thing's 12 frames fast. Okay. Okay. I feel pretty good about that. We can actually power crush 3 options, so we don't even need a punch parry. Like, we can punch parry 2 options, but I'd say that, but power crush kind of eclipses both. So I kind of want to go with that. Interesting, right? This is very interesting. It's not good for us, but we could do it. That's good. That's worth thinking about. Okay, so power crush 3 options. What else have we? So we've got what is it? We've got the silent entry 1, silent entry 4, and silent entry 1 plus 2 covered by the power crush. We got silent entry 2 and 3 covered by sidewalk left. Both of those give us a really strong back turn combo. And then we finally have silent entry 3 plus 4, which is the great equalizer. Wait a minute. Is the great equalizer because we can't power crush the thing unless we've got Snake Eyes. If we've got Snake Eyes, we can. So that's actually pretty good. Power crush 3 options, 4 options with Snake Eyes. So that's something to keep in mind. So the only one that I want to like, and really, if you think about it, I think we're going to power crush the silent entry 3 as well. This one? Whoa. Okay, yeah. But it's a little bit awkward, but you can do it. So I actually think practicing like power crush in that situation could be kind of useful. But with that being said, I think we should go back for a second. So that's one situation. Let's go back for a second to here and look at the non-dynamic entry 3s and figure out what else are we dealing with, right? I don't think so, Stoic Stoner. It didn't look like it. That's it, maybe? Whoa! Maybe. Let's try and record it in a way that it works. Let's see. So it'd be... And then we do this. And then we just have to, like, mash 3 to get up, right? So, let's try it. Something like that, right? Something like that. No, so you can... You can't do that. Even that doesn't work. So I don't think so. Yeah, we can try that. You definitely get a launch combo out of that. I don't know, y'all. See, they can tech roll out of it. Now. You can't even taunt him. You can't even taunt him. What the hell? Well, if we really are slow. Nope. Yeah, it's like not even... We can't even taunt him. This is really sad. The only last thing we can even try... Nope. So yeah, that's all we get. Something sad. But anyway, if we go back and look at the other situations, right? The other classic is they're either going to be -5 on block or they're going to be -3 on block with a few exceptions, right? Like Dynamic Entry 1 is -3 on block, and then Dynamic Down Forward 2 is -3 on block. So if we pull those out real quick, right? If we pull those out real quick and add those to here, so we said Dynamic Entry 1, Dynamic Entry 1, Down Forward 2 on block, Lars -3. We basically take the whole situation from before, do our math again, right? Do our math again, and now we have, like, still not a very compelling situation. But what I want to do is the other ones, which are going to be quite a few of them. Let me pull them, and then we'll go from here. So it's like, let's just copy paste all of this, and then delete the ones that do not match. So if we go all the way to the bottom, it's going to get ugly for a second here. Oh, these are all the silent entries. -4, +5 is 1. This one is... Oh no, that's their +5. -12 on block. Oh, that one is. So he's got 4 moves. They've got 4 moves that are the -5 ones. And then basically, Lars -5 is just those. And those are going to be forward 1, 2, forward 2, 1, this one, and this one. And we'll put these like that, basically. Okay. So, like I said, silent entry is pretty scary. Yeah, maybe power crush and then snake edge them. We could try. But yeah, so trying to speed up a little bit for this. In this situation, if he is -5 now, we now have access to... Oh, I just realized it's -5. So that means let's back up to the -3 situation, right? If he's -3, the fastest move he has is I13. It's 13 if he does the 3 + 4. So let's set up that situation first and see what's the most scary thing that they can do. So if we do dynamic entry 1, like something like that, right? I think I have to do it a little bit faster, though. Something like that. It seems a little bit faster. What happens here? So they were -3. They did a 13 frame fast move. So that means that comes out at 16. Does this mean we trade? Ooh, we did not. We do. Okay. Okay. The other thing that we need to make sure of, though, is, like, look at this situation. If we set this up and just leave him here, right? Oh, no. Oh, no. That one worked. How about this? Oh, no. See what I'm... Oh, what the heck? That one worked? That's wild. That's kind of wild. But, so we kind of need to remember that certain moves that we're using may not... What? What is that shit? Okay, so... Oh my gosh. Crushes forward 3, down 2. Highs. That's scary. Okay. That is weird. That is messed up. But okay, so that's why I'm saying that, like, basically telling myself, like, okay, yes, we want to do a 15 frame move or faster if we want to deal with that situation. But I think we have to be a little bit careful as well. What if he just does this? Yeah. That one works. Does this work? That works too. That's good to know. Okay, so. What about... No, that wouldn't work. So it's like, now we're thinking to ourselves, what is a good mid that we can do, right? That is faster than 16 frames. Basically, what I'm kind of thinking, oh, dang, MA final. That's pretty cool. I don't know what MA stands for, but that sounds pretty cool. You're a good partner. But I think that where my head is at with this initially is that we can just trade with that, right? Now, there is the other boogie in the room, the other monster in the room, which is this guy. What was the... This one? Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. So we got this one, right? So he gets us with that. Gets us with that. Gets us with that. Wait, yeah. He gets us with jabs. So he actually can just stop the entire... medical system. That's really awesome. So actually, he can just interrupt the whole thing. So this is... We're just going to Spark Notes this one instead of really going too deep into it. Like, F3 trades with dynamic of Silent Entry 3+4. Power Crush beats all our options except... Oh, is this what we want? What about down 4? What about down 4? What about down 4? It always comes back to down 4. No, he jumps over it. Dang, that sucks. What about down back 3? Oh, that's so bad. Can't even... What do I even do here? This is devastating. Okay. So Power Crush beats all options except down back 3 and down 4. Forward 3 trades with everything but that thing and Power Crush, I guess. What else can they... And then we also need to think about this one. Not that one. That one. Oh. So... Because that's a very common Lars situation, too. If he does this... Okay, that actually beats it. That beats it. Okay. I wonder... That's not good either. Counter. Oh, okay. Ooh, just jab them. Oh, just jab them. Just jab them. Okay. Maybe we just jab them. The one where he hits low at the end. Are you talking about this? Yes, we can. You can even orbital that. It's slow. It's very slow. You can 4-3 it. You can orbital. You can jump over it with that. Yeah, if you really want to style on him, you can do that. But anyway, yeah, that one's got a lot of weakness to it, but it's the strength of the other moves that really makes it strong, right? It's the fear of the other moves. So actually, let's look at the Power Crush thing. Oh, shit. Maybe just jab? Maybe? And then it beats everything but the low? Does it beat everything but the low? What about, Silent Entry 2? It's because they got, No, not Silent Entry 2. I guess Silent Entry, 1+2, it also beats, right? Something like... Not that. I guess we'll do that, too. No, we won't do that. We'll do what we wanted to do. That one. Like, we can jab that as well. So maybe we just jab. Maybe we just jab. Okay. Maybe we just jab. Actually, yeah. So I think what we will do is we'll just jab. Jab beats everything except Silent Entry 2. Jab beats everything set silent entry 2. So now it turns into, are you going to do silent entry 2 or are you going to do something else in those situations, right? So I think that would actually be a pretty good thing to add to our list of things to practice. So if we find our old notes on labbing, oh, this is just dynamic entry. So yeah, so for this one, what I would do here, right? What I would do here is for these follow-ups, this one here, so first of all, with the +5 on block follow-up, I would just like we had these two things here, I'll put add each of these individually to other punishable moves, right? So maybe we'll just take this, like, I don't know, like diamond. So yeah, low, mid, low dynamic entry mix-up, power crush, or just DE, like that. Like that. So we'll take this and add this to our list of punishable moves from the beginning, right? So now we'll have sorry, not dynamic entry. We want silent entry. So now the silent entry ones go here. And then finally, what was the other one that was from there? We had like after the -3 situation. Add that to here. We'll basically say jab. So it's something like jab, interrupt, duck, power crush, right? And then finally for the +5 situation, if we just like, I think the +5 situation gives us now enough time for the other ones that we can probably we can convincingly beat everything but the power crush, because now the power crush is happening on frame 12 though, but I think we would still like consider forward 3ing that, but at the very least you can jab for those two, right? So what I will do is I will take these here, not these, these here, and add these to the bottom as well. Similar, and so like it gives these each their own sections, but basically like jab, interrupt, maybe something else. That's kind of where my head is at with that. Okay, so as promised, okay, it's not pretty, as promised, we kind of have a few of the things that we're going to practice. So the first one is that we have all of those dynamic entry, we have all of these dynamic entry scenarios that we can be doing. So for starters, we have this dynamic entry one that I'll put on the screen for a second, right? Where, let's see, what was this again? Yeah, so this is the while standing 2 dynamic entry lab. So this is the first thing that I would practice against Lars, is that when he has, you know, any of these, you can basically put while standing 2 down into any of your routines and do any of these moves, and the goal, maybe even a combination of them, and the goal is just to wait it out and then like whiff punish based off what you see. I would start off by doing all 5 of these together, and then after that consider like just doing a few of them so that you're still on top of it when you're practicing other moves. That's the first thing that I would do. The second thing is that basically you can add each of these dynamic entry situations into your practice. So what you can do is basically do dynamic entry, do a dynamic entry move that is, what's the word? Like, plus enough for it to matter, right? So essentially, the best one here for him is, for example, Oh, this is silent entry. Dang it, where's dynamic entry? Oh, it's down here. So, yeah. So essentially you can take... Sorry, I added these to the wrong thing earlier. So let me put these in the right place, and then I will recap what I said. So all this stuff that I just did needs to go into the other thing. So give me a second. Yeah, it's here. So these need to go somewhere else. And then this goes to here, these full screen notes to the bottom, and I will show you what I mean. So, perfect. This is what we need to be doing. Cool. So, oops, that was weird. Oh, and we don't need this scene transition. Let's just get rid of this. Cool. Oh my gosh, I am destroying my setup right now for OBS. It's okay. We'll be fine. So cool. Perfect. All right. So, if you look here now, you essentially have... Sounds good. Yeah, if you look here, essentially you have a bunch of moves that are from the punish list of things to practice punishing. In addition, we have a dynamic entry section. For the first line break, you'll see a dynamic entry section where it's like, these moves into dynamic entry 1, we can forward 3 to interrupt it. For the most part, dynamic entry on block, we can just interrupt it, and that's really how you like stuff the bad stuff, right? But in addition to that, you can also basically do a dynamic entry 3 situation. That's what this second thing here is. Basically, like dynamic entry 3. See, practice. So that's that one. And then you also have dynamic entry 1 into or down forward 2 into silent entry. And that's essentially, we're just going to jab interrupt it, right? And duck the power crush. I think that's just like a good thing to start practicing because it forces them to do the low. And then finally, we have these other silent entry situations that are +5 for us instead of +3. And I think there might be something better that we can do there, but for now, like, you can still practice doing the jab against those. So I would say that, like, adding each of those to the rotation of the moves would be very important. In addition to the fact that, you know, to be perfectly honest, a lot of these lows we don't actually care about, right? A lot of these lows here do not matter because they are coming out of silent entry and dynamic entry, and we don't care about them. So it really reduces your list a bit to this. So this is what I would do for our practice. Just pick any 5 to 8 of these and slowly start getting your reactions down. In addition, like we said, complemented by this specific while standing 2 down to dynamic entry series as well. So, with that, we have done everything except limited entry, which we will probably cover in a short video next Thursday before we jump into another character, is my guess. But that's essentially the plan. That's the plan that we're going to have going forward, and I hope that was useful to you all. So, with that all being said, let's go ahead and do our sign-off real quick. If you're coming from YouTube and you found that useful, be sure and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really helps us grow. We really love seeing the new people show up. And if you ever want to watch it live, it's going to be twitch.tv/VonTiban. That's VONTIBAN. We stream Bryan Ranked on Saturdays and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Time. So come check us out there. And our makeup streams that we're doing right now, for the time being, are on Wednesday evenings, 8:45 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Central Time. And then finally, this type of labbing sessions happen live on Thursday evenings, 8:45 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Central Time. All of this is going to be in the description down below if you would care to check this out there, as well as a Discord link if you want to come join our community of like-minded Bryan players and other players that are just trying to get better at the game and raise each other up and support each other. And with that, thank you so much again. Y'all have a great Lars labbing session of your own. I will be practicing this right after the recording stops, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.